ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to our Thursday meeting. We are going to proceed as usual by having the first presenter of the day. Is an amazing guy, really. His name is Mr. Joseph Ngala. He is the president of the Awake and Thriving Circle, ATC. Can you just feel it? The president of the ATC is gonna give us an amazing presentation. He's the one who has written the book of the 10 lessons of life. The motivational speech will be given by one of the most talented men that I know, Mr. Joel. He's actually a former student of SSR College. He was doing his Bachelor of Computer Application. Actually, he's graduated. It's really interesting. The quality that I really appreciate about him is whenever he comes up with something, it's really great. It gives us the courage to follow each and every word of him. So, if you're ready, let's begin. Stay tuned then.
Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you from wherever you are. My name is Joseph Ngala, and I come with a great presentation, and I hope that you're going to learn something from it. You know, in life we're going to study or to learn in different places, in school, in training center, we study online, but most of us are studying and we are not actually producing effective results because we're not caring about the different ways of learning. So today I'm going to talk about the learning canals. We are human beings and we are created in a different way. And because of that, we are also learning in different ways. And one of the reasons why many people are failing it because when we're going in a specific place to study or to learn, the teachers are teaching us in one way, in one of the types. And we are obliged to be following that. But I think that it is possible for you as a human being to customize also your learning way when you are supposed to learning it. Talking about the learning canals, we have 4 different learning canals, which means 4 different type of people when it comes to learning. So the first one is the one who learn easily with vision. So there are people who can only learn properly when they see things. If you teach him whatever you want, by talking or by doing anything else, they'll not be able to understand it. But when you show them picture, and you know these are the people who are really learning through graphics. For example, when it comes to a mathematical equation, when you just solve the equation like this, they may be lost. But when you go with the graphics and all, these people are really able to understand properly and it is remaining in their mind. So this is the first type of people. They learn through vision. But the second type of person are the person who are learning through audibility. They are using their ears and their mouth to be able to learn. So these people need to listen to whatever you say. You see, when they go in class, they need to listen. And you see, this is the kind of people who can be joking and doing whatever they want, but when it comes to learning, they will always go and sit on the front seat and listen properly. When they study at home, they want to be in a quiet place because they want to listen in a very great way. And one more thing that is happening with this kind of people is that for them to learn properly, they want to repeat exactly what has been said, you know. It means that if you tell him that leadership is nothing but the art of serving, they will want to say it again with their own word. So you want to say that to lead, I need to be able to serve people. Then you say yes, and that way it will remain in their mind because they are actually learning by listening, and after listening they want to repeat again what you said so that it can remain properly in their mind. So when it comes to the third type of people, these are the people that we call the reading, writing type of people. So these people learn easily through writings. I remember I've seen people like this in class. When the teacher is teaching, they will always have a notebook in which they keep on noting all the explanation of the teacher. So these people, no matter what you can say, no matter what you can show them, for them to be effective and produce good results, they need to go back and read. So when they read or when they write, this is where they actually learn properly. I've seen people like this. They will take their books, they will read, but when they finish reading, they will have another notebook and they start writing whatever they were reading before. And in that way, they are actually learning properly and they are able to keep it in their mind. And we have the last type of people. The last type of people that we call kinesthetic. Kinesthetic, yeah, I find myself in that kind of people, you know, kinesthetic. So what is the kinesthetic type of people? These are the people who learn easily with practice. You know, you can say what you want, you can show them images, you can give them all the possibilities that you want. If they are not practicing, it is difficult for them to keep it in mind. And this is how I personally function. When you teach me whatever you want as a programmer, I always want to do it again. And I remember there is a moment I was learning how to play piano. I don't know anything about music. I didn't know how to learn the chords. But when I was looking at my friends playing, the one who was teaching me, I was looking at him playing and I was able to reproduce exactly what he was doing. So I was just trying to imitate what he was doing. And finally, I remember I was able to play a song because I was just practicing whatever was said to me. So these are the 4 types of people. It's very important for you to identify which is the kind of learning through which you easily learn. Is it through your eyes when you sing? Is it through your ears when you're listening and probably speaking it out again? Is it while you write again what you learned, or you need to read it again? Or is it through practice? So these are the few things that I wanted to share with you. I hope that you really identify the canal through which you easily learn so that you can become effective in whatever you do. And when I'm talking about learning here, I'm not only speaking about schools. We're learning a lot of things in life. And the advice that I want to give you also is that you need to protect your learning canal, you know. Because if you're using your learning canal in a very bad way, you can destroy yourself. I just take an example. For those who are learning in a very great way by using their eyes. If you use your eyes to watch things like, for example, pornography, it's actually a way that you're destroying yourself because you're using your best way to learn to attract some negative stuff and you're destroying yourself. So make sure that you use your learning canal in a very proper way so that you can become effective. So that was my time. My name is Joseph Ngala.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I hope you're doing fine, wherever you are, wherever you're watching us right now. It might be at the comfort of your home or in your office or anywhere. I just hope that you are doing fine and you are safe where you are right now. My name is Joel, and let me tell you that it is a great privilege for me to stand in front of you right now and to share with you what I have in my heart. And I would like to take this opportunity also to thank the ATC for giving me the opportunity to deliver my message. But I just have one request from you guys. I want you to really pay attention and follow me as I'm moving forward so that together we can be on the same boat and learn together. But wherever you are, I just want you to close your eyes. If you feel uncomfortable, okay, no problem. But let's just try to think about this for a second, okay? Just try to think about this. A doctor who's working in marketing. Okay, a doctor who's working in marketing. Do you think it's going to be efficient? Oh, let's take another example. A programmer who's working in sales department. How is he going to apply his knowledge into sales department? Or let's look at this. A journalist who's working in accounting. Do you see how frustrating it is? Well, the truth is, these people, they might perform well at their job. But the truth is, even if they give their 100%, they are never going to be efficient. Even if they give their 100%, they are never going to perform at their level best. And the reason is that because they are where they are not supposed to be. That's not their field. It will be very difficult for them to apply their knowledge where they are currently working. Therefore, they have to learn new things, they have to learn new knowledge in order to apply if they want to be efficient in their work. And this might be very frustrating. You know, in life, most of the time, we are the reason of our own frustration. Let us be honest. A lot of things that happen to us today are the result of us not taking action right at the beginning. Today, I've got a question for you. Do you know where you stand? Do you know where you belong? Do you know where you stand in your relationship with others, in the way that you interact with people? Do you know where you stand? I'm going to show you a picture today, and this picture might shock you, but please, I want you to look at this picture very closely so that together we can learn from this. As you're looking at this picture, you might say that this is crazy, this is funny. But this picture represents the position of most relationships today. This picture represents the position of most people in their relationship today. Just as that man he stood where he was not supposed to stand, the same way there are a lot of people today that are standing where they are not supposed to stand. Do you know where you stand in your relationship with people? In the way you interact with others? Have you ever felt as if you are giving too much for somebody, but you're not getting the same amount of energy? Let me tell you, the truth is that you don't belong there. See, there are a lot of people today that you consider as friends, but they think of you just as somebody that they know. For them, you are just maybe a classmate. There are a lot of people today that you call brother, you call sister, you consider them as your family. But they think of you just as somebody that they know. And this has become very common nowadays in this generation, that we tend to say that people are fake. We see fake everywhere. Fake people. No. Put the responsibility on you first. Look, we have different perception in life. We think differently. That's one thing that you need to know. So before you get closer to somebody, try to think, at least try to understand what are their perception about relationship. It can be friendship or anything, but think first of all, what are their perception? Because we think very differently. Don't just accuse others of being fake or whatever. I'm just going to give you a small example to make you understand better what I'm trying to say. Look, I know people who are very generous. They're very kind and loving by nature. That's how they are. So imagine you meet those kind of people. They are showing you their love, their concern. They might offer you a gift. You know, you might feel that, oh, this is a friendship that we are sharing. And one day you came to know that for that person, you were never his friend. See how frustrating you are going to be. You are going to be very disappointed. And you might say that that person was fake. He was faking the relationship. Meanwhile, that is his nature. That's how it is. So your perception and his perception was totally opposite, was totally different. And you end up being very frustrated. Do you know where you stand in your relationship with others? Do you know where you stand? Do you know where you belong in your relationship with others? The way you interact with people? Look, it's very easy to put the responsibility on others, saying that people are fake. It's very easy. But when you think about this, you will see that there are a lot of time you were just trying to fit in. There are a lot of time you were feeling inside of you that this is not my place, I don't belong here. But you were just trying to fit in and thinking that, okay, maybe one day it's going to work. And you're ending up being very frustrated. Just as that man in the picture, when you see that man, he stood where he was not supposed to stand. That's what you're doing right now. And here I'm talking about any kind of relationship. Do you know where you stand in your relationship with people? Have you ever felt as if somebody has taken advantages of you? Have you ever felt as if somebody betrayed you, you were disappointed about somebody? Now I want you to think about that same person and ask yourself the question to know whether you were trying to fit in, knowing that you didn't belong there. Ask yourself the question to know if you and that person were really having the same perception about what was happening between you guys. Think about that and you have your question. Next time before you say that Mr. A has betrayed me, next time before you say that Mr. B has disappointed me, just think about this first. Did you guys have had the same perception of what was happening between you? Were you not trying just to fit in? Were you just not trying to accommodate and thinking that one day things are going to be alright? See, you can save yourself from a lot of frustration. You can save yourself from a lot of useless relationship that you're trying to fit in. Let me tell you the truth. You are supposed to be kind, that's a fact. You're supposed to be loving to people, that is a fact. You're supposed to be gentle, true, and all of that, that is a fact. But you need to learn where you stand. You need to learn to know where you belong and to set some boundaries for yourself. It will save you from useless frustration. It will save you from useless disappointment that you meet in your relationship with people. I'm going to end up my message by saying this. Frustrations, disappointments, and all of that are part of life. We cannot escape from it. But there's one thing that I want you to know. You can avoid some useless frustration that you meet in your relationship. You can avoid some useless disappointment that you meet in your relationship with people. If you just decide from today to learn to know where you stand, to learn to know where you belong. Every time, before you get closer to somebody, you ask yourself the question to know, do I really belong here? Am I not just trying to fit in? It will spare you from a lot of situations that you meet in your relationship with others. And don't forget that you need to learn to know what are the perceptions of others, what are the perceptions of what you and that person are sharing, if you guys are having the same perception. And know your boundaries. Thank you so much. That was my time.
Thank you so much for your time. I hope you really enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to click on the like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as Facebook page and Instagram page also. Follow us on those platforms so that you won't miss anything from us. As in ATC, we usually say that we share to improve. We care about sharing, so feel free to share your opinion in the comment section below so that we may improve ourselves. My name is Ali Bubakar Maiga. I am from Mali. I'm doing Bachelor of Computer Application in Karnataka College. It was a really privilege for me to be the host of the day. Thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned. See you next Thursday.